We're here at the International Reading Association Conference in Atlanta with author Melanie Chrismer. Hi, Melanie.
Hey there, how are you?
Good. And Melanie, you have 3 lovely Phoebe Clapsaddle books.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Well, these are my 3 Phoebe Clapsaddle Tall Tales. I had a lot of fun. I didn't know I would have 3. At first, I just had the one Phoebe Clapsaddle and the Tumbleweed Gang. It's always best to start out with a strong story. And thanks to Pelican Publishing Company, I was able to expand that to a series. Phoebe was a great classic character that started out as a combination of my 2 grandmothers and my ancestor's name. I really did have an ancestor named Phoebe Clapsaddle. She lived in about the 1850s, and I don't know anything except she had that silly name. But fortunately for me, my great-great-great-grandmother was Harriet Clapsaddle, and she married Mr. Steele, so I didn't have to be a Clapsaddle. But I'm still kin to a lot of Clapsaddles. And Phoebe lived part of her life in Tennessee and then part in Texas. And both my grandmothers were Texans, but one drank her tea with her pinkies up, and one could rope any critter that moved. So all of the grandkids did not mess with that grandma. So I just made up some stories using my great-great-great-great-aunt's name. And so I had a lot of fun with Phoebe. And then the 3 Tumbleweed Gang are really based on all the little boys that I used to play with in the neighborhood because they always used to torment me since I was a little bit of a prissy girl.
And Phoebe and the Tumbleweed Gang won the Golden Spur Award, is that right?
Yes, in 2005 I was honored to hear that we were nominated with several other great books. And when I traveled to Houston, sure enough, Phoebe Clapsaddle was the one that was picked by the kiddos of Texas to be their favorite that year. It was a great privilege, and besides, now I have 2 golden spurs hanging on my wall at home, and that's just sweet. So I think Phoebe would be very proud.
I would think so too. And can you tell me a little bit about your school visits, Melanie?
Yes, I do a lot of school visits. For the Phoebe Clapsaddle books, I do a presentation called the Tall Tale Talk. I bring in the books, and I usually do a storytelling of one of the stories. I also bring Medium Rare, who is a plastic bull's head on a sawhorse with a horse pad over his back, and I bring a real lariat, and I do a little bit of roping. He stays very still, so I'm able to capture him easily. But the kids get a little bit of an idea of what it's like to rope a critter, especially the kids in the urban areas who have never seen anything like this. I give them a little history of the rope, what it was like in the early days, how the lariat could have been made out of strips of cactus braided together. I tell them how you throw it really over your elbow, not your head. And then I show them a real 7-gallon Stetson and a real tumbleweed, and give them a little history of that.
Very nice.
It's also nice to drop a hat, a big old hat, onto a little kid's head. It always gets a laugh.
And you're living outside of Atlanta now.
Yes.
But I know you're still a Texan at heart.
Well, I live in Douglasville, Georgia, which is a beautiful area just west of Atlanta. We have lots of hills over there, lots of azaleas. We have a little bit of the Atlanta beauty, and we have some farms and even a few little horse ranches. So it's a little bit of everything I love.
Mm-hmm.
But to my Texas friends, I say I live in far, 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 far East Texas.
So of course you're still happy to travel back to Texas for visits, and I know you've done South Dakota and anywhere they'll take you, basically.
It's no tall tale. I love to go anywhere in the United States of America. I love traveling, and we have such a wonderful country that it's an adventure for me to go anywhere where our American kids are reading and writing, and that's what I love to do. I want to be a benefit to kids and show them that a kid who did not read well when they were small and didn't know that they could write is now an author. successful at what they're doing and loves it.